Hello there, guys, and welcome to round 3 of SRL F1 on the Xbox here at the Sakira International Circuit. I am joined here today by EVR Taz in the commentary box. Would you like to say hello?
Hello there, I'm actually surprised that you got Sakia right first time. I don't know how long you've spent practicing that, but I was very impressed.
I haven't.
Usually I just end up getting it all mixed up and not being able to nail the pronunciation of it. But
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
moving on.
Well, by the looks of it, we're going to have a very exciting race with... By the looks of it, we could have a potential of 6 different winners looking at the drivers from my view. I don't know if you'd agree with that, Taz, but...
Yeah, no, I'd agree with it. With the drivers that we've got in today, we will point out that Gorsh is currently a... Wait, did he join this? Yep, he is. He is a reserve, so even if he does win, which we think he could be one of the 6 drivers to win, he won't get any points from it as he is currently a reserve anyway.
Yeah. But last week, Jason beat Joe in a mixed race at Shanghai. Great performance from both drivers. Do you see them two again be fighting at the front?
I can see them within the top 6 of the drivers that we think before we went live, who we think could be up there battling out for the win. I will go to a stretch of it could be 7 or 8. It depends on who can hook it up, who gets the quali right, and then who can work with strategy as well along the way.
Actually, see Jason 97 F1 starting his lap, DRS flap open, running down into turn 1. That's very awkward camera, right. Flowing through turns 2 and 3. All good so far. Seems to be very clean in the first sector. Let me get the lap data up so I can see what he's done. As he sets a 28.4 in the first sector. I don't know what that's like.
You can get it down to a 28 flat roughly, if I remember correctly. Roughly.
Right, okay. So about an average first sector from Jason there, not the world's best. As he locks up going into the left-hander there. On the second DRS straight, DRS flap again wide open. Flowing through the left and right. I need to get my track mark up, I do apologise. Not very good with corner numbers.
That's why they've added
you carry on commentating
into the
over Jason's lap
circuits this year.
Wait.
So we're running down the back straight now, going into turn 14, which I believe is the penultimate corner, and then through the small kink of 15. RBZ's gone fastest with a 29.2 to be beaten by Jason for a 28 flat. So he's
a very good lap.
Yeah,
indeed, from Jason.
He's picked up through, I would guess, the middle sector. That's usually where you can pick up a load of time around here.
Yeah. Right, so is anyone else on a lap? As Vicey Ted slots it into P3 with a 1:29 dead by the looks of things. Yep. Langman, that doesn't seem the best of laps from Langman. Sure, he can do better than that. 29 set. Yeah, he's struggling for traction by the looks of things.
We've got Joe in P3 with a 28.6. Who's been beaten now? Well, he's been beaten twice over. Hamilton was already above him, and then we've got Moranzo with a 28.5 as well.
A lot of drivers seem to be sort of mid-28s to the sort of early 29s by the looks of things. What do you think is going to be the cut cut-off point, sort of, to get P10, P11?
Looking on this, I'm going to say round a 29.2, a 29.3. I think that'll be the rough estimate for 10th, 11th place.
As most of the drivers are starting to finish their first runs. For 3 drivers still yet to set a lap, they are Danny, Gulch and Pred. Sure, as Danny's coming out now, along with Gulch, I think that is, or is Gulch coming back in? No, they're just in the pits, but Danny's coming out now, so obviously looking for some fresh track.
Gosh and Danny, I would think, are going for a bit of an alternate strategy of just going for one flying lap, maybe.
Yeah.
With the clean air. They obviously just don't want to be dealing with all the traffic that they can get around here.
I have to say, that's a very good lap from Maranzano up into P3. Yes, he's half enough of Jason, but that's a blistering lap from Jason there.
Yeah.
But expect him to be ahead of all-rounder, ahead of Joe and the likes of them, but obviously showing his worth.
That wasn't a name that we put up there either.
No, because we were sort of looking at Jason, all-rounder, probably Ted, Langman, Joe and Danny.
Yeah.
You could probably stick Gulshan there.
Yeah.
As sort of our 6. But we weren't expecting Maranzano. We're probably expecting him to be maybe in the mid-pack, if you see what I mean. Higher mid-pack. But Danny's about to start a lap.
Yeah.
Do you wanna commentate over Danny's lap?
Yeah, I'll go straight into it. Turn 1. I need to change my camera angle so a bit of a lock up on the inside right, front inside even. He's countersteered through turn 2, which would suggest a bit of a loose back end through there, coming down into turn 4 again, locking up on the inside front. Went down 5, 6 and 7, another lock up. I don't know if he's pushing too much or his brake pressure's a bit out, but he's not happy with these brakes at all. Coming down into 9 and 10 again, locking up. Got a feeling his brake pressure's just a bit too high with the way that he's trying to push on this lap. When down the straight, he's got
Danny.
his DRS open. No. 11, taken rather nicely actually. When down into 12, up to 13, he hasn't locked up for that. That could be, well, he's lost the back end on the exit of 13, which is quite common. I do that quite a lot. Going down into 14, he's pretty much nailed that. Could have been a bit more hooked up on the apex, but other than that, and he supported the lap.
Yeah, he seems to be locking up quite a bit on that lap. He's only got 3 minutes, and well, just under 3 minutes now.
Yeah.
To get a lap in, so he's going to have to be very quick, get straight back out, and he's only going to get 1 lap in. So the same with Gorsh and Pred. Pred's out at the moment. Gorsh is not, but you see the top guys are starting to go back out now.
Yeah. I think Danny will be going back in to twiddle about with his brake pressure a bit. I think he just weren't happy with how them brakes were performing at all then.
I mean, you look at, well, there's 2 people who, well, you got sort of 6 drivers who haven't set legit laps. Because I don't think V6's genuine pace is a 36.9.
No.
Definitely go faster than that. But we'll have to wait and see. Everyone bar 4 cars out on track. There's those yellow flags in sector 1. They've cleared now. Not too sure what that was for. Maybe just someone spinning.
A bit of traffic getting out of the way.
Yeah. Right. So, who's on a lap? Maranzano. What are you doing in the first sector? He has done a 28.4, so he's matched Jason's first sector. Don't know the exact number, but I know Jason did a 28.4. Looks like Danny isn't coming back out.
Oh, he's got no chance of getting round now. Although he's just pulling out of the pits now.
No, he's just pulling out. He's gonna
he can't do
nip and tuck.
He can't.
It's gonna be very close, but
surely
I think he's just gonna miss it. Just by a second or two. He's really gonna have to push with no mistakes. This is gonna have to be a pole lap on an out lap.
It's not like 2016 where you could cut a couple of corners and get away with it for the next lap. That's one thing that they've changed with this game.
Yeah, because you get invalidated for the next lap.
Yeah.
But if not, Danny's going to be starting in P16, and that is not where we would have predicted him to start, along with Gulch. Gulch is down in P17, still in the pit, so obviously he's not coming out. They're sort of two of the drivers we expected to be up there.
Last to first challenge, maybe going.
Yeah, I mean, Pred's actually on a lap, and he just needs to get a clean lap in to, you know, get ahead of them too. I'll keep an eye on Danny. He's got 10 seconds left, and he's going around the final corner now. I think he might just make it. Is he going to make it?
He's timed that to
by
perfection.
A second. Just. He's going to be the last guy on track. So, hopefully, it'll be cracking to see a pole lap here.
Yeah.
Maranzano has improved on his personal best. We didn't quite catch that, but as all-rounder goes into P3. Sorry to cut you off there, Taz.
No, I was just going to say Maranzano improved by about 0.2 to 28.3.
He set to 28.6 in the first sector. So he's a couple of tenths off of Jason. I don't know where he is compared to other drivers, but I don't think he's on for a pole lap here. SRL Hamilton sets an absolutely cracking lap to go up into P2. So he's pushed all-rounder and Maranzano down. As V6 is now up into P10. All these times flying through now. Bottas and Danny, the only drivers still on laps. Danny comes around to do a 28.6 in the middle sector.
Bit of a loose back end.
Round. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be having as many lockups, so he's definitely adjusted that brake pressure by the looks of it. As Joe slots into P3. So not a bad lap from him. And where is this lap going to put Danny?
P5.
Danny goes into P5, so he's definitely going to be happy with himself there. His only lap that he completed, and he's got in the top 5. So, looking at qualifying, who do you think is the best chance of winning? Looking at everyone's pace and their grid positions.
Really, we've got to say Jason being, he's got Hamilton directly behind him, but Joe is 0.3 back from him, so can Joe turn that around to fight back with Jason again? So,
I think sort of Jason was on top that whole session, and he's just seems to be, I mean, it's only a 600th gap between him and SRL Hamilton, but he seems to be a class above the field at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. He just seems to have that edge overall at the minute.
Okay, everyone in the top 10 does qualify. Yep. Go on.
Just point out, I was 0.3 off the prediction for the top 10 cut-off, which isn't bad.
No,
we were
not at all.
28.9 and I predicted a 29.2, I think. So I didn't do too bad.
There's no formation lap and no safety car, so as soon as they're all ready, we're going straight away. So don't leave your seats. We've got less than 20 seconds to the race start. Yep, just 20 seconds now. Till lights out.
Everyone's sorting
But I
out the
think I'm gonna
final
have to-
strategies.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you with Jason for the win.
Yeah.
Jason just seems to be a class above the pack, and obviously coming off the win last week in China, he's definitely got to have confidence going into this race. Well, as 3, 4, 5 red lights, they are out, and away we go. Jason seems to get off to a good start, and the Toro Rosso of Maranzano has already passed Joe. Any other moves? Not so much. Is not going to have a look around the side. I don't think I saw any incidents so far.
Gosh,
We've lost the
into
driver
last.
in qualifying. Gorsh, yeah. Gorsh goes down the inside of 4 drivers. And Gorsh is round and taking about 4 cars with him there. I don't know if you caught that on stream.
I caught the tail end of it.
It's V6, King Liam, Josu, and him. Well, he didn't really take too much damage of it, but he got a bit of wing. So we'll just have to see how that pans out as Danny is going. Yeah, Danny's just got past all-rounder. Gorsh has left the session. I don't know whether he's annoyed, but you know, one of those things, I guess.
Yeah.
That Maranzano and Joe going side by side. So pretty clean start other than that incident. Well, up the front it seems to be very clean, but Jason and Hamilton sort of
Looking at Joe, no, he's pulled back into slot behind. But other than that, I don't notice any major position changes.
no. Maranzano, I think, was ahead of Joe. I'm not too sure, as Danny's now ahead of Joe. Just got past him at turn 1. I think Danny definitely seems to want this, well, a podium at least. I reckon he's got the pace to win. He's just sort of got to push right there as Josu is in the pit.
Pointing out on strategies, the top 10 currently as it stands are on the supers. Well, that's just changed actually because someone's pitted. Got the top 9 on supers, 10 and 11 of RBZ and Feisty Ted on mediums. Then we jump to 14th with Liam on the softs, V on his left, and Josu now on the mediums as well.
Project out of the race. I don't know what's happened to him. He's just retired. Double checking the race director if there's any.
There's no damage to his car, so
Nothing I can see in the race director either, so I don't know. But Jason's already broken DRS between him and Hamilton, so
yeah.
he sets a 1:31.8, which isn't a very bad lap considering they're on. As V6 is now out of the race, I don't know what's happened to him. Again, no damage.
No.
Similar situation to Project. Yeah. Well, again, maybe have to look into that further on into the race. But at the moment, we have a battle for P4 between. Well, I mean, Joe's sort of 5 turns back. It's more J5. So, what's your take on this? Well, the first 3 laps is all-rounder dives down the inside of Joe. They make contact. So, what's your sort of first impressions so far?
I'm still sticking with the guts of Jason pulling away. He's got a 1.4 second gap on Hamilton, and then it's 2.7 back to Maranzano. So I can't see really. I mean, I'm willing to be proved wrong, but I can't see much of that changing apart from Danny or Joe jumping into the top 3, replacing Maranzano with relatively close. They are behind him. It's just a couple of seconds each staggered back, but I think that'll be the main fight. I think Jason's just going to disappear off into the distance now. with the way that we've got the
Yeah.
race.
Joe seems to be struggling at this stage. Langman's just got past him. He's got his blow over his TSF1. We'll have to see what happens. But Joe definitely doesn't seem to be comfortable. I don't know whether it's setup issues or just the tyres or maybe just the track generally.
I didn't even see him put anything on Twitter to suggest that it weren't a strong track for him, which he usually does if it's a track coming up that is not quite strong with, as Bottas runs wide.
Yeah, I caught that. There, drops a second. Down. Yeah, Jason's sort of keeping consistency at this stage, but he's definitely the fastest guy on track.
The closest battles that we've got at the minute is actually down in 11th and 12th and 6th and 7th as well. They're the closest two at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've just been proved wrong. 8th and 9th as well. But I think there won't be much of a battle up at the front now that Jason's pulling the way that he is. I think it'll be a midfield battle.
I think we might see a battle for third. Danny's just a second behind Maranzano, and all-round is just 4 tenths behind him. But I don't know, Langman and Joe seems to be struggling compared to the other guys, like all-rounder, like Danny. Yeah, there's Feisty Ted and Preda battling going to turn 4. Ted gets the position. Ted on the mediums, along with RBZ. So, could we see well, obviously they're going to go very deep into the race, but I'm guessing it's going to be a contact. That's a bit of, a bit of wing off of Feisty Ted's car, I think that is. Yeah, sorry about that, Taz.
We've had a swap around with Bottas and Joe. They were all swapped around and they've themselves back out again. And it's turned out that Langman's back leading that group with Bottas now tucked behind Langman and Joe tucked behind Bottas. And we've got JP joining in the battle in the McLaren Honda as well.
Yeah, I see that. All-rounder's now up into 4th place.
So he's got up
ahead. He's just got ahead of Danny somewhere. I'm guessing that Williams is a lapped car. Doesn't seem to be ghosting, or it's definitely not Maranzano. Bottas has retired from the session along with Langman. Something big's happened there.
Something's gone into the wall.
Yeah, Langman's without a right front, and Bottas is without a right front. So
suggests that one's squeezed and too much, and they've ricocheted off each.
I'm pretty sure Langman was the one ahead of Bottas. So I'm guessing he's just sort of squeezed him into the wall. He's made contact with the wall, and I don't really know anything else that could have happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's the only conclusion I have to that. Because neither of us actually caught the incident.
I was looking down into turn 1. I don't know who I were on board with, but I were at turn 1, so I just saw the carnage behind, but weren't focusing on that, so couldn't pick who was trying to make a move where.
But as we're talking, all-rounder's closed right up to Maranzano. The all-rounder seems to have the pace at this point. He seems to be one of the faster guys, but that really does destroy the battle we have in the midfield, really, because we only really have Joe and JP there now. RBZ a couple of seconds back from them, but we did have a 4-car battle, which is a shame to see.
Yeah. So now, closest battle we've got is JP behind Joe and all-rounder behind Maranzano. they're the only two battles that are less than a second now.
Yeah, as F1 XL Pred comes into the pits and puts on a set of the soft tyres, so by the looks of things he's going to be doing a 2-stop this race. I think, unless he can stretch them softs at 22 laps, which I don't think is possible.
No, it's mediums if you're going to stretch them that far.
Alright. So, let me have a look. Who's stopped? Oh, the leading guy that stopped is Pred. So none of the top 9 have stopped so far this race.
I don't expect them to stop until around lap 9, lap 10 maybe. That's my rough guess.
Otherwise, they've got too much to lose, especially near the front. Jason's got a 6-second buffer now though.
Yeah.
About 5.8 seconds. Maranzano's slowly gaining on Hamilton, but all-rounders slowly gaining on Maranzano. And Danny seems to be
JP
losing
is
time
making
at the
his
moment.
move on Joe into turn 1. He's gone up the inside. Don't know whether he can make it stick going through. He's got the line for turn 1. Joe's trying to hold it through turn 2, but JP gets it done in turn 3. So
Is JP going to go defensive? Joe doesn't seem close enough
No,
to make a move.
that's just one corner you don't want to be diving for with the nature of the corner. You've got to be right alongside before you even think about braking late for it. Whilst we've been watching that, we've got that battle now between Hamilton and all-rounder unfolding.
Yeah, they seem to be all closing up now. Hamilton's definitely struggling at the moment, as there's Feisty Ted's out of the race.
He was racing with Predator, I believe. I just just about to comment saying that they were about a 10th apart.
Well, he's lost his right front.
Wall. Yeah.
Yeah. Broadcast cam doesn't really give that because there's a massive TV truck in the way, but I've gone on the onboard and
mine's showing it perfectly fine on broadcast cam. Maranzano's got past SRL Hamilton along with all-rounder as well.
Summers all-rounder. All-rounders is all-rounder going to get up into P2. Was in P2 momentarily. Are they going to go 3 wide? Thought they were for a moment then, but no,
all-rounders jumped up past Maranzano as well. So in the space of say 5 corners, all-rounders jumped up 2 spots.
Yeah, so
not bad.
Do you reckon all-rounders looking at the win? It's an 8.5 second gap, but I'm sure in his head he can get that win.
That'll be what he's aiming for now. Well, we can monitor the gaps to see how it unfolds over the next 10 laps or so to see what happens there, and then we'll be able to make a educated guess on what is happening there. Is someone being lapped already?
Yeah, I think that's Josu.
No, Josu's in
He's already made 2.
Williams. That were a Force India that they were passing.
That's Gorsh's.
Gosh, yeah.
Interesting to point out, OMGH Joe has just hit this lap and he has gone onto a set of mediums, so he's definitely going to be going to the end. He might be one to look out for further on in the race.
Towards the end to see where he can get Hamilton's pit in. Along with Maranzano.
Yeah, so all-rounder stays out, so it'll be interesting to see whether these guys get the undercut. But yeah, what are they going to be going on?
My prediction was spot on, lap 9, 10, 11 for pit stops to the mediums. Getting good.
By looks of it, they're all going to be doing the 1 stop.
Yeah,
both Maranzano and Hamilton. That's King Liam getting ahead of Cyril Hamilton. That is not what he would have wanted. So he's in traffic now. which helps all-rounder. I think if Maranzano can have the pace this lap, I think he'll be able to jump all-rounder because he's just a few tenths ahead of him.
Hamilton's getting impatient. What he doesn't want to do is just launch it up the inside somewhere. He needs, however frustrating it may be, he just needs to sit and wait until he knows that he can get the traction out of a corner.
He's gonna be getting DRS here, so
yeah, he might as well just back
he's
off.
getting overly aggressive. He's getting a bit over aggressive. He just keeps going deep, and he's just going to lose himself more and more time, and that is not what he wants.
But
well,
even with DRS,
probably
he's
the
not been
best.
able to pull alongside.
No, Jason's in the pits along with all-rounder, and Danny. So RBZ will take lead of this race. Is JP going to come in? Indeed he is. Yes, now we're going to go on to the medium tyres. Medium. Indeed
Hamilton's
they are.
got past.
Where's Maranzano?
Just coming across the start
Hamilton's
finish.
dropped 3. It's going to be tight. Has Maranzano got it?
Yep.
Indeed he has.
Yep.
All
Maranzano's
contact
in
between
front of all
Liam
round.
and Danny and is that Hamilton? Yes, that is. Liam, by the looks of it, came back at Hamilton and Liam got in the way of Danny. Liam seems to be very aggressive. Oh, Liam!
And Liam's in the wall.
Yep.
Caught that.
Yes, and you caught that.
Yeah. I were on board with Liam as it was.
That seemed to be very aggressive from Liam there, pushing Danny right off the track.
And Danny just got up on the curb and it's just spat him back across, I think. But now after the pit stops.
P3 to P sort of 6 are quite, well, they're within sort of a 6-7 second gap, which isn't too bad. It's quite compact at the moment. Jason's gonna easily pass RBZ unless RBZ's running a very low downforce setup. But very interesting. Liam and Danny, in my view, it seems to be Liam's fault, no fault of Danny's. But that'll get investigated.
Yeah.
Along with the Bottas Langman incident, which I'm guessing there'll be footage for from both drivers. Most likely, hopefully. Right. Is there any battles? That's what we need. All round the Maranzano. There we go.
Yeah, just jumped onto that one. And all round us passed straight away. Weren't even really any defending, it was just a come on, let's go.
What's happened to Danny?
What's happened
Danny's
to Feisty Ted? Oh, he left, never mind.
Oh. Well, Danny's in the wall with a right front tyre on his...
So who was he fighting with then?
Where is that? Is that going into the off-camber left-hander?
I think so, yeah. The one that everyone seems to struggle with for braking. I think, anyway. Because you've got the straight on the other side of it. But he looks... From that, he looked to have been backwards as well.
Yeah.
Because the straight was on his right, which had suggested be backwards at turn 9 for the straight out of 10 to me. Anyway.
Yeah. As Jason is going to go down the inside of RBZ. They're going to go side by side. Nah, Jason thinks better of it. We've only got 9 drivers now. So, because Gorsh obviously is a DC car and he's a reserve, so he won't score anyway. But what seemed to be a race that Josu was struggling with at the start, having made 2 pit stops. As long as he doesn't retire, he's going to be scoring points this race.
Yeah. Oh, pretty much everyone that finishes now.
Yeah.
If they finish, will be in the points.
So it's definitely one you don't want to make a risky move.
It's just an easy couple of points and I'll take them.
Yeah, if you look at some of the drivers, Ted's obviously battling up there. Danny will be, Langman, Bottas is quite quick. They're the guys you want to be making gains on. If I'm right, Jason will take lead of the championship as it stands.
Yeah.
Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Yes, he is. Is he going to make it stick? That's the question. No, he's not.
No.
So he's coming back at him. Yep. So interesting to point out, Pred and Josu are both on the soft tyres. So my guess is they're going to have to stop again. I don't think Josu will, because Josu's just coming to the pits. But the other guys,
yeah. Anyone that's
Pred's
not,
definitely going to have to.
yeah.
But
The top 7 should be safe unless they've got ridiculously high tyre weight.
I know RBZ hasn't pit, so he's going to be coming at some point
Yeah.
for sure. But other than that, everyone seems to be on the one stop, which definitely, well, by the looks of it, there wouldn't be this many good drivers on the one stop if it wasn't faster. So
The gaps are opening back up again. We've got Maranzano challenging all-rounder, and then we've got Hamilton behind him as well. And that's only the battles that we've got on track now. Them 3.
yeah, everyone else seems to be
As RBZ
quite
pits.
different apart. Yeah, I'm guessing he's going to be going to a set of the softs.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed he is. Going on to a set of the super softs wouldn't be viable. I don't think you can last some sort of 14 laps. As he slots back into, it's going to be P6, so not too bad. He's going to be faster than Joe, but he's got a gap to climb. Just going to check in the race director. Are there any penalties? That's interesting to point out. Sarah Hamilton has a 3-second time penalty. And so does Joe. So Joe was the one I was looking out for, which would help RBZ.
Yeah.
He just sort of needs to gain 6 temps now. But see, the problem not Jason, RBZ might have is the tyres might go off towards the end. But
Yeah, he's just going to have to maintain at the minute, keep a steady pace, and then he can push in the final 7 or 8 laps or so.
Right, Maranzano is not too far off the back of all-rounder along with Hamilton, but as we've just noticed, Hamilton has got a penalty, so he'd have to gain.
He needs to be making moves now and then pulling out his gap as well.
Yeah, but I don't want to call anything, but Jason 11 seconds gap at this point of the race.
Yeah,
I think as long as he stays put, doesn't make any mistakes, I don't think all-rounder Maranzano or Hamilton could just pull the pace out of nowhere. I mean,
you do
all-rounder.
know we've just done a Crofty. We've just done the commentator's curse.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
Jason, when you do watch this back, we do apologise if anything happens.
We just turn around in 5 minutes and he's in the wall. Well, that were a bit of a corner cut by all-rounder, I must say, at 10-10.
Yeah, I saw that. He's got warning for it, but obviously not enough to get a penalty. Thing is, Maranzano and Hamilton aren't. Well, Hamilton's now out of DRS range. They're not really close enough to make a move.
Neither of them.
8-9 tenths back.
None of them just seem to be able to do anything. It's very stagnant, the gaps that they've got. Got RBZ within 7 tenths, half a second of Joe after Joe made a bit of a mistake down at the straight after turn 14 going into 15, I think.
Now
Joe's
my question
going defensive.
If RBZ keeps up this pace, he just needs to gain 7 seconds on Hamilton as he goes massively deep, but is he going to make it stick? I think he is. Yes, indeed he does. Do you reckon he can get 4th place from Hamilton? He only needs to, well, as long as he doesn't get any penalties. Hamilton has a 3-second time penalty, if I am correct. But he's going to have to push, what, 12 laps left.
With the pace that he's got at the minute, I think he will be able to do it and possibly even catch up to Hamilton on merit and possibly get past Hamilton. Hamilton will think, oh, there's no point challenging this, I'm going to be behind anyway, like.
Joe seems to be sticking with him so far this lap though, and RBZ hasn't really gained anything on Hamilton. But I do say that Hamilton has gained on Maranzano.
Oh, hold on.
Hamilton going in the pits there.
What is your tyre data telling you for the tyres that RBZ is on?
Softs.
What colour of tyres is he on your screen?
On my screen, he is on softs.
For me, it's showing him on supers.
Yeah, Jason's on supers apparently for me. All rounders on softs. Yeah, but they're not
Jason's
right.
on
I'm going by the
supers for me.
data.
Yeah, I'm going by that
Jason's
as well.
definitely not on supers because I don't think that'd be a logical move. As we didn't pick up on that, but Cyril Hamilton has got past Maranzano, so
Yeah.
that kind of, in a way, removes the threat from RBZ. But
Well,
by all means,
RBZ's
Maranzano
closed by a good second in the last lap, I'd say. He's pulled out 1.1 since getting past Joe. So he is a man on a mission, for sure.
Definitely. He's got to gain about 8 seconds at the moment. He's the fastest guy on track. Definitely, for sure. As Jason has just been absolutely dominating this race since lap 1. 13 seconds in the lead. Ahead of the Red Bull of All-Rounder and the Sauber of Cyril Hamilton. What have your thoughts been so far, especially on such a huge number of retirements?
I'm surprised with the level of driving that we've had. There seems to be a lot of silly mistakes. Is that Langman leaving the session yet?
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of overly aggressive driving that doesn't necessarily need to be there, which is causing a lot of issues. At the minute, I think the drivers will get briefed on that to just tell them to calm down a bit, especially so early on in the championship as well, when it's all open and anyone can do anything.
Yeah,
It's just been a lot of stupid mistakes.
It's not like late in the championship. No one's really battling, you know, make or break for the title just yet. So I can't really see why people would be making such aggressive moves.
Yeah.
At this stage so far.
It just
I guess
seems a bit like the AOR on Sunday. There were a lot of people just trying to be aggressive, but it was being too aggressive. They need to take a step back and turn up the dial halfway, but not all the way. Is that
Yeah.
SRL Hamilton pitting? Yes, it is. So he'll go on to the supers now. Could that be a bit more of a tactic to drop back, rebuild back up on the supers, and try and cancel out his 3-second penalty? Do we think?
I don't know, but I don't think he's going to be able to get back up to where he was in the time he's got. Because Joe is doing the same thing by the looks of things, but he's
going on the softs apparently. And that Gosh pitting, yeah.
No,
as well
moves
as
JP up
DSC.
into 5th place and RBZ up into 4th. So RBZ must be very happy with himself. I don't think he had the best of qualifying. Let me have a look.
Could RBZ be on for a podium now?
I mean, it's not out of the question. Maranzano has been consistent all race.
But RBZ is closing.
But RBZ has been in the sort of, just looking at the times at the moment, been a second a lap faster for the past 4 laps. So could we see something maybe?
Gap. No, so he's got time to do it at even just a second a lap quicker, but it's just whether he's going to end up ruining his tyres by the end of it.
Yeah. I think all round Maranzano's dropped is now 1.7 behind all rounder. I don't think he's going to be able to. I mean, he could, but all rounder just seems above Maranzano at this stage.
Yeah.
Pace
it's just a comfortable level for all rounder. I think he's just.
Sierra Hamilton gets past. Well, JP gonna fight back. Watson has got DRS, but JP isn't giving up. Is he gonna dive it down the inside? No, he's not.
Dropped it now. Oh no, Hamilton runs a bit wide. No, nothing that JP could do from that. He couldn't capitalise from it.
But apart from that, I don't think JP is going to be able to fight back. Everyone's spaced out again, really.
Yeah. Other than these two, it's Maranzano and all-rounder as the closest battles on track now.
Yeah.
But Maranzano is closing up on all-rounder, I think. He's gone down by about a 10th or 2 in the last lap.
Yeah, indeed. RBZ isn't closing at the rate he was 2-3 laps ago.
No, I think he's thinking more his tyres now, more than anything.
Yeah. Well, he would have been told that Cyril Hamilton has a penalty, I'd assume. Yeah. So, Cyril Hamilton's got to gain 14 seconds, pass him. Well, he's got to gain 11 seconds, pass RBZ and gain another 3. And he's only got 1 more warning and there's another penalty, I do believe.
In 6 laps. Having said that, he has just done a fastest lap, but in 6 laps I just can't see it being viable to do.
I mean, he could catch up, but
he's got to pass and then get the 3 seconds on top of that as well.
The thing is, RBZ's one of the faster guys at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean,
if
he was catching up to say Maranzano or all-rounder, maybe on mediums, for sure he could catch up, but I don't think he could now.
No.
As RBZ's gained about 2nd on Maranzano this lap, so we might see a last lap battle. If, that could happen.
Yeah. Well, RBZ's perfectly fine on fuel. I was just wondering if the last couple of laps he were doing a bit of fuel saving. He's 0.8, 0.9 up, so he could have just took a couple of laps out to do a bit of fuel saving for a final push towards the end, like.
Josu pits again, not having the best of races. It's his 4th pit stop of the race.
It'll be his first points of the season.
Yeah, it's just this lap. The RBZ's gaining on Maranzano as well.
Yeah.
So
And
even if
Hamilton is gaining on RBZ as well.
yeah, so yellow's in sector 2. What is that? I don't know. They've gone now, but has the gap's changed in any way? By the looks of it, but
Nothing.
unless that was a
note.
lapped car,
Got
there doesn't seem to be any
Maranzano and an
problems.
all-rounder at 1.4, but that's been stagnant for the last couple of laps. It'd open up by a couple of tenths and close back down.
Yeah, certain points of the track, Maranzano seems to be faster, and then all-rounder seems to be. I think the middle sectors where Maranzano sort of gains a bit of time, but he loses it in the final sector.
Yeah, which I think will be the cornering speeds. One will be running less downforce than the other, and it'll just be swapping.
All rounder. See, it was down to sort of 1.1, and it's just going to go up now, or not.
No,
No, it's coming down. So could we see something here?
Yeah.
So all rounder goes deep, but nothing really worth noting. 9 tenths now. Maybe we can see a bit of a battle. Is he going to be within DRS at the DRS detection? That's the question. There's yellows in sector 1. That's Josu. Gone off at turn 2, I believe. Saw the end of that, so it's not really anything worth noting.
The gap's open back up to a second, going across the DRS zone. I think it was exactly a second. So we didn't get the...
2 now.
Yeah, we didn't get the
So you're starting
DRS.
to see RBZ in the background there.
Yeah, I noticed that on the straight.
Rejoined. Hamilton 6 seconds down now on RBZ. I don't think RBZ's going to be able to catch up to the back of Maranzano unless they start to battle.
The only thing that can happen now is the Maranzano and all-rounder. I think that's the only battle that we can have.
I think if all-rounder and Maranzano really start to battle hard, that might allow RBZ to catch up, but other than that,
yeah,
I don't think it's possible. Same with SRL Hamilton. I don't think it's possible for him to gain, and then he's going to have to gain more, and he's going to have to pass Maranzano to get yellows in sector 3. Is that Josu again?
No, it wasn't anyone.
It might. The only person I can see it could have been Joe.
There's no one currently in sector 3. Everyone remains straight.
Joe's in pause mode, so
yeah,
maybe something's happened to him. Other than that, I can't see anything happening to anyone.
The gap's back to 1 8 tenths, but it was 1.3. We've got a back marker between Maranzano and RBZ at the minute, and I got excited.
Okay, right. Joe's just spun again. Where is that on track? That's just the end. That's sector 1 split. So not the best there from Josu, as said before. There's the gap between all-rounder and Maranzano has finally seemed to close down.
He's got a DRS shortly going down the main straight now.
Yeah, definitely. Unless he's got problems with it. No, he has not.
It's just opened up. I think Hamilton will catch RBZ before RBZ catches Maranzano now.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to get anything from it, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, RBZ sort of dropped back into the mid to late 32s the past sort of 3-4 laps, whereas Cyril Hamilton's been in the low 31s. So that's where he's been gaining the time. He's been gaining so much time. Maranzano's sort of dropped back a couple of attempts. Now down to a second. I don't know. I'm guessing he would have got a DRS on all-rounder.
No.
No. Surprise, but if you can't get it done this lap, if you can't stay within a second this lap, all-rounder's going to have to lock up massively somewhere to have any chance, I think. We might actually see a on-track battle between RBZ and Cyril Hamilton, but again, it won't have any meaning.
Yeah, no, it's with the penalty that they've got, it just doesn't have any effect really.
But the gap's down to 2.8 between the sub and 2.7. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely faster, don't get me wrong. But we'll have to see what happens as Jason is just, again, just pulling out a gap each lap, and it's 23 seconds. He could probably make another pit stop and still be leading this race.
Just about, I think. I think
I
it's
wouldn't
about
risk it if I was
21.
him.
No, I wouldn't risk it for if he speeds or something and gets a 5-second penalty.
I mean, if he sort of had a 40-second gap, I'd pit just so I'm sure, but he hasn't got. It's comfortable, but it's not that comfortable. Well, I mean, it's a very comfortable lead to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows his tyres should be fine.
Hamilton's within a second. He's got. No, he hasn't. Never mind. Nearly got too excited.
No one's sort of out of fuel. Pred's got slightly less fuel, but he's saving fuel. I think Gorsh is going for fastest lap.
Why has he come back and connected into his car?
Yeah, he's connected in. Well, he's not ghosting anymore. And Cyril Hamilton is 4 attempts off the back of RBZ. So maybe.
I think RBZ is taunting him now. RBZ pits is done.
Wow. So his tyres definitely aren't making it then. He did lose 2.5 seconds on that lap.
That must have been brink of a puncture, otherwise he would have stuck out.
Yeah,
if he knew
was
about
on
the
sort of 60%,
penalty.
he knew. Yeah, he would maybe have just sort of not fought him, but that's strange.
But, no.
He should stay in P6. Joe's not even in the lobby, so Fred will get P7 and Joseph will get P8, which I'm sure will be happy with. This is for first points of the season.
I think the grid's pretty much set now.
Yeah, Maranzano all round a 1.6. Just they're not close enough.
No.
As we may as well just go on board with our race leader as he goes on final lap of the race. I think that's probably the best way to end it. But
You want to talk round, and I'll keep an eye on the timing towers to spot out on any last minute dramas.
Right, okay then. Well, Jason's driven an absolutely superb, flawless drive today. I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah,
Hasn't made any
no
mistakes.
one can fault it.
Led from start to finish, pretty much, apart from RVZ leading a couple of laps before he pit. Pole position, but he's definitely dominated this race, and it's going to give him confidence going into Russia. I don't know whether it's one of his strong points or not, but having 2 race wins and a podium and another podium this season, he's definitely going to be looking at that championship. As he comes round nearly into sector 3 now.
SRL
Yeah,
Hamilton's trying his best, but he just can't do anything from where he is.
As Jason comes round turn 14, and the kink of 15 now. Another fireworks as he weaves across the line. Jason is your winner here in Bahrain for SRL F1. Fantastic drive from him. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. By the looks of things, all rounders going to come home in second place. There's yellows in sector 2. Joseph spun it again. Right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be some last lap dramas between sort of maybe RBZ or something. But RBZ's just 1.2 off of JP. Jason, all-rounder, Maranzano and Zero Hamilton's your top 4. JP, I think, will get P5 as he makes a massive mistake going into the final corner, which he doesn't. RBZ, I think, give it one more lap, RBZ maybe would have got him.
With the fastest lap to top it off.
Fastest lap, 1:30 there. That's a very good lap indeed. They're just waiting for Josie to cross the line. Driver of the day, who would you say?
Let's have a look at this actually. Do we have positions gained? Yes, we do. I would say, based off that, Predator. And he's come back up through the field. He's gained 8 places, I believe it were, from qualifying. So he has a decent run. Yeah, maybe helped with all the bumper cars that were going around him, but he's still managed to get the points out of it and avoid all the drama.
Yeah. Personally, I'd give it to Jason. Jason just drove that flawlessly, and you can't fault him for that. I think all-rounder gave up a very good race as well.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't really make any mistakes and did the job he needed to. But I think I'm going to give it to Jason, just on the solid performance he did.
And we've got Hamilton, Joe, Pred, Josu, and whoever was in the other Ferrari with penalties.
Should I run down the final results?
Yep.
Jason takes your win with all-rounder Maranzano joining him on the podium. Sarah Hamilton lines up in P4, JP P5, RBZ P6. I think Pred will get promoted to P8 and Josu to Pred to P7 and Josu to P8 as Joe disconnected. But you willing to do some interviews, Taz?
Yeah,
we can get the top 3
drag them in. Yeah.
So it was all-rounder Jason. All-rounder Jason. And who's the other one? Was it Maranzano?
Maranzano.
Indeed it was. Right, we'll just wait for, as all-rounders in the party, we'll just wait for Jason. Maranzano is here as well. Just wait for our race winner, and then we'll get the podium interviews underway. If he's going to come. Unless, do you want to start off with third place, Taz? Maranzano?
Yeah, Maranzano, he pulled it back through quali. We were surprised with the pace that you got through there based on your first few races. I mean, Australia, DNF, China, P4. You can't complain at P4, but then we'll admit we didn't have you in the top 6 going into this race. We come up with a top 6 and you went up there and then you come out and end up finishing P3 through the race. It looked like you had some good battles out on track as well along with it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was kind of surprised as well. First of all, congratulations to Jason. I mean, it was like 30 seconds ahead, just on another level. And yeah, like you said, I was talking with a rounder before the race, like how we used to be up front in 2016, and now all of a sudden in 2017 we're kind of dropping back. So yeah, we did quite a bit of practice, and yeah, luckily it paid off for us. So I'm very happy with P3, and obviously, next time I hope you have me in your top 3 predictions.
We'll keep it in mind going forward. We'll base it
Right.
just like we have
Should we
done on
move
results.
on to all-rounder? All-rounder, congratulations on your second place today. Summarise your race.
Yeah, thanks first of all for the congratulations. And congratulations to Maranzano in P3 and obviously Jason in P1. Like Maranzano said, he was on a different level today. He pulled off directly at the start and there was no way that anybody was catching him. So heads up for him. Yeah, my race started a bit messy, I would say. In the first few laps, in the first few corners, there was a bit of contact here and there with some guys and a bit of lag as well. But I think it was frame drop rating, so it wasn't connection-wise. And then, yeah, I started to overtake the people in front of me. Like I think it was Danny, whom I got a show. I think he had a wing damage at the beginning of the race because he was pretty slow through the corners. Then, yeah, Maranzano and myself did a bit of team driving, I would say. So we catched up to CL Hamilton, and after the first pit stop, we were just like, okay, we're gonna secure our podium places because it was obviously that we won't catch Jason. And yeah, I'm quite happy that we secured our podium, and yeah, I'm quite happy with P2 as well because the last races weren't as good as I hoped. So yeah, it's great to be back on the podium.
Moving on to Russia next week. Is it one of your strong points or is it not so good for you?
Not as good. I have to be honest, it's not my favorite track, so we will see.
Right, okay. Congratulations again. Taz, would you like to interview Jason?
Jason, it looked like you had a pretty boring race up at the front. You just drove off from the line and said goodbye to everyone and just enjoyed a Sunday evening drive, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect that at all. I think it started with the qualifying. That was probably my best lap since F1 2014, probably. Getting the time in very early, and then I think Cyril Hamilton came in the 10th, but managed to hold on. And the start got away well. Cyril Hamilton I think he was about a second behind for about 3 laps, but then after that I managed to pull away quite quickly. And I think he was struggling. So, and after that, it was just keeping the tyres in check, keeping the fuel, and pretty simple, really.
All sounds simple from where you're. So if only it was that simple for everyone else. Yeah, I think that I'd pretty much round it up again. Congratulations to you 3 for being up there and pretty much ruling the race with some good battles throughout as well.
Cheers.
Right then. I
Cheers,
guess
guys.
that rounds it up for round 3 of SRL F1 on Xbox. Very interesting race indeed. Great to be alongside Taz in the commentary box. Russia next week should be interesting. Completely different circuit to this one, but same place, same time. We will see you next week.
Yep, cheers all, and we'll see you next week, as we said. Yep,